everybody, it's old SHAZIZZ here. I'm going to show you how I chill my Illuminati winking owl wine there, man. Alright, so basically what you're seeing here is an old water cooler, and the temperature on the water cooler right now, don't know if you can see that, it's about 50 degrees. Light shining on it too much. About 50 degrees Fahrenheit, I think it says. Yeah. Alright. So, you can chill your wine with your REDNECK air conditioner / wine cooler. Alright. Somebody gave me this old water cooler some time back. Had it sitting out into a shed, and the AC went down over here at the house, and so I had to find a solution because it was about 90 degrees up in this joint. So let me bring that camera back down here. You can see the temperature of the air that's coming off of this thing. There it is. 60 degrees Fahrenheit and whatever Celsius. Alright, so it's like a really super easy project. All I had to do was get me some copper tubing and a little chicken wire. That's what I call it, chicken wire. Bring this down a little bit here. Alright, so basically in your water cooler, you got the portion the water dumps down into, and then you normally have these little valves like this right here. And so in order for me to be able to connect that to that, I had to get me some hose. I think it's about 3/8, not 3/8 hose. And I took this nifty little plate here out, which basically sits down inside the tank, and that's, I guess, what your water bottle sits on top of to pour the water down in. And I had to cut, there's some threads and some grommets that seal it up when you tighten that down. I had to cut the threads, doggone it. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that very good. I had to cut the threads off so that I could fit the 3/8 hose on there with a small hose clamp. One going opposite ways there. There's two, took 4 hose clamps. Altogether, since I got this here for free, I spent probably about $38 total for the copper tubing and the little metal screen mesh, and zip ties I already had, so I didn't need those. And this is not zip tied, it's just dangling there, because if you push it up against it, you'll hear the fan has to work harder, and I don't want it to be able to do that. Anyway, there's no pump at all. Basically, it's all gravity fed, you know, cold falls and heat rises and such. And my initial concern was on the back, that just like your refrigerator, it would get too hot and basically work against the cooling portion of it. But you can see right there in the front, the air that's coming out of there is at 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and looks like 16 degrees Celsius, I guess. I don't know why they got to do the Celsius and Fahrenheit. It drives me nuts. Either have one or the other, metric or standard. Anyway, basically that cold water transfers from down through there all the way through this. That cold just transfers nicely down through the copper and gets the copper nice and cold. I suppose by putting a little electric pump in there you could make it cool down a lot faster, but the longer I leave this on, the colder it gets. It's 50 degrees in there, so it's only like a 10, maybe 11 degree different as far as the air that's coming out this side right here. And it's just a little tiny compressor, so it doesn't use a whole lot of energy to run. And let me see what size this doggone copper tubing is. Basically, it's a 3/8 outer diameter, 20-foot piece of copper that I used, and I actually had to cut off probably about that much. No big deal. And I actually bought a foot, actually 2 feet of this right here, which I didn't need all I needed was just a little section, just enough to connect that line to that line, and basically have a place for the water to go. And so you can see it's staying pretty cool. Not bad for a semi freebie. Oh yeah, and the plus about the whole deal is, if I can find it, is now I got a 50-degree bottle of really nasty tasting wine that I could cool down a bottle of wine. Oh, there's another thing too while I'm thinking about it. Before you put your bottle of wine in, make sure that that's like only halfway full. Otherwise you'll dump your stuff all over the floor like I did and have to mop. So, a nasty tasting Illuminati winking owl wine. Alright, and since I can't find a corkscrew, I'll use a flathead screwdriver. That's what true mad science rednecks do. See? Alrighty then. Cheers! Ooh. Yeah. All I gotta say is the secret societies make some really crappy wine. Let's see what temperature setting again. Still 61, and the longer I leave this thing running, the colder it seems to be getting. So I'll just have to get back with you sometime and let you know how it all played out. But like I said, I'm sure you could put a pump to circulate that water through there faster, transfer that heat faster. But I didn't necessarily have a pump on hand that I could use, so I just went ahead and let the gravity do the work. The trick though, whenever you put this, is make sure you fill this tube up first. Otherwise it's really obnoxious to get all that air out of there in order to get this thing to cool right. So there you go, folks. Give you one last look at it, the flying dizziness. So it's a homemade, slightly homemade REDNECK wine cooler slash air conditioner. My fan is just who used to be my wife's fan for the camper. And it's like maybe I'd say 11 inches, about 11 inches, somewhere around about. And the little compressor, I don't know if you can see that down in here. This is a tiny little compressor. Made out of a doggone old water cooler. So, recycle, repurpose, get some use out of your job, and stay cool, drink some cold wine at the same time. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down here. Ta-da! Now hopefully it won't be like doggone 90 degrees up in this joint. Alright everybody, stay tuned, peace and love. Just wanted to share that with you. Gotta figure out a way to stay cool. It's been nasty hot outside. Take care.